Sigma is having their 10th anniversary sale, and I thought I would show you some things that I've been using and that you can purchase through my link using my discount code that'll give you 20% off until the end of May. So let's begin. First of all, I'm going to use their eyeshadow primer. It's called Eyeshadow Base Primer. And the color I like is Sorbet. So I'm going to apply this all over my lid. It's a nice pinky flesh tone. And your shadows blend nicely and adhere nicely to this base. If you look in my description box, I'll put the link to the page with the eyeshadow primer so you can see the colors they have. And it has a sharpener on the end. So I'm applying this from the brow all the way down to the lashes. So I get a nice surface to create my shadow look. I'm going to put it underneath too. So anything that I do underneath will also go on smoothly. Let's begin our eyeshadow look. I'm going to use the Warm Neutrals palette again. I'm going to use my E25 blending brush. I have one of the copper ones. And I'm going to use Toasty in the crease. This has been my go-to crease color for a couple of weeks now. And then I'm going to take Humble, which is the ivory matte color, the first one in this palette, and pack that up here. Then I'm going to go to the brows. And I'm going to use the Sigma Fill and Blend Brow Pencil. It's a nice little narrow, and it has a spoolie on the end. And the color that I'm using is medium. And I'm going to do light strokes and get the tail. I like to fill in the tail real good. I'm doing upward strokes in the front to create brow hairs so I can match up my brows somewhat. There we go. And then I'm going to take the spoolie on the other end and brush that through. Then I'm going to take the brow powder by Sigma, and I'm going to take the E75 Angled brow brush, and I'm going to take the lighter color in this palette, and this palette is the medium palette, and I'm going to add a shadow behind the hairs on the skin. I'm going to use the lighter color in the front. So I'm just coloring the skin underneath these brows and using the lighter color one in the front and then the darker one through the rest of the brow. I'm going to take the spoolie end of the brow pencil again. and brush that through. See what I got. All right, now I'm going to go back to the eyes now that I have more framework. And I'm going to use this brush. I love this brush. This is a soft focus shader in E52. I love the way that it's shaped because you can pack the shadow in right up to the crease like that, see? All right, I'm going to take the color Beaming from the Warm Neutrals palette and pack that in. Pack it all over my lid. Sigma pencil brush, it's an E30. I'm doing a color in the outside corner. And I'm going to use Fool's Gold. It's kind of a greeny gold out here in the outside corner and underneath. I like to make this shape on the outside more rounded than pointed. Now I'm going to take the color Bittersweet, which is another metallic color, and put that here just inside that V that I made with the Fool's Gold. This one's called Bittersweet. Then I'm going to take my brush that I used to put on Toasty and go along the outside of the Fool's Gold like that. Packing on more Fool's Gold. Then I'm going to take my Wicked pencil that has a sharpener on the end. And I'm going to do my tight line. And a little bit on the top of the lashes and the outside corners like that. Just a little bit. I'm going to take my pencil brush and I'm going to take After Hours, which is a dark brown in the Warm Neutrals palette. Stay close to the lash line, just to make it a little, deepen the outside corner a little bit more. Then I'm going to take Charmer and put it on the inside corners like this. Going back with the Toasty, just the brush that I used, the Toasty, not putting any more on it. And buffing, blending those together like that. I'm going to take the eyebrow gel. It's called Tint Tame Brow Gel. This one's in the color Medium. I like to gel my brows up some. This gives it even more texture. I'm going to take the spoolie from the end of this brush that doesn't have any product on it and brush those brows up. This is a cleanup and highlight crayon. I'm going to run that underneath my brows like that, which also has a sharpener on the end. I'm going to take a cotton swab and use it to buff this product. And this is the brush that had Toasty on it. Now let's move on to foundation for a moment. I'm going to use the Tatcha primer today. I like to use the coin that comes with it, and it's got a line, but I don't take it up to the line. I only get about that much and put it in the center of my face. So I worked my Tatcha silk canvas into the center of my face, and then I used the Westman Atelier as my foundation, and I used my 3D HD Kabuki brush to work that in. And I love this brush because watch this, you can outline with it. And then the peaks on it help you get into the creases. Let's do some mascara. I'm going to use the Sigma Sinuosity Lash. It's a curling mascara. It has a curled brush, a curved brush, and it has a nice stiff bristles to comb through each lash to separate them. So I like to put on 3 layers of this mascara, and I feel like it gives me I don't have very long lashes, and this mascara makes my lashes show, and I don't feel like it necessary to wear false lashes. All right, let's move on. For my under eye concealer today, I'm going to use Maybelline Instant Rage Rewind. And I'm going to use this Sigma Soft Blend Concealer. It's F64. And it's a nice soft brush, and it buffs that concealer right out. See? And I'm going to take what's on the brush down around my nose and around my mouth. Now I'm going to set my under eye concealer with the MAC Prep and Prime transparent powder. To contour and bronze today, I'm going to use the Sigma Sculpt palette. I'm going to use this soft angled contour. It's an F23. I'm going to take this darkest color up here and put that where I want it to look like it's hollowed out, or accentuate where it is hollowed out. I'm going to run this darkest color through my hairline. I think it makes the hairline look fuller to have that dark color up there. This is a really nice brush. It fits right into the hollows, see? Okay, I'm feathering the edges of that. And I'm going to sharpen my jawline. Like that. Then I'm going to take this color next to it, and I'm going to bronze my face. And I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to use the where the darker color is feathered down, I'm going to extend the feathering with the bronze. And I'm going to get the edges of the dark up here with the bronze color. I'm going to take this brush, it's the exact blend and it's E32, and I'm going to take the darkest color from that palette and contour my nose. And I feather it down right here on the end, like that. And you see why it's called the exact blend, right? The highlight that's in this palette, and run that down the center with this same brush. Top of the Cupid's bow. The tear duct. With my makeup brush, I'm going to run it along the edge of that dark contour. Like that. For my blush, I'm going to use two today. I'm going to use Nymphaea, I think it's the Nymphaea. And I'm going to use the F15 brush. And I'm going to put this bright pale pink right here in the front on the apples. Like that. Then I'm going to take Cor-De-Rosa, the one you've seen me use before. And I'm going to put that further back. Like that. And right here at the edge of my shadow. Then I'm going to use my ChromaGlow from Sigma to do my highlight. And I'm going to use Bedazzle, this one right here, for the top of my cheekbones. I'm going to do a C around my eye like this with the Bedazzle. The brush that I use to blend out my concealer, under my eye, I'm going to use it here to further buff out this contour. It still has a little bit of the setting powder on it. I'm going to take a little bit more of the Wicked and get the tight line on the inside. Like that. This pencil is called Final Touch Inner Rim Brightener. It's by Sigma. And I'm going to put it on my inner rip, on my waterline, like that. And it also has, it does not have a sharpener. You have to sharpen these. Now, for my lips today, I'm going to use this Power Crayon, and the color is Rubicund. And it rolls up. So you can outline your lip. And then fill it in. I'm going to show you another neat trick you can do with this highlight pencil. You can run it along the outside of that lip like that. And then I like to take an angled brush. This one is my E45, and feather that out like that. Before I began my look today, I pooed on my brushes real quick with my Sigma foam cleanser and my glove. So it was really nice to sit down to have fresh brushes to do this makeup look with you today. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial and that you'll try something from Sigma that I showed you. If you have any other questions about any of the products I showed you today, leave me a question in the comments. Also, don't forget that I included my discount code Jenny10 is now 20% off instead of 10% off until the end of May. Y'all have a great day, and thanks for watching. Ta-ta.